Well, hello, hello. I don't know why I always need to start this way. Why am I making a vampire accent again? Uh, Anyhow, welcome. I'm slightly late. I had stuff I wanted to do before the stream. Like, I talked about this last time, right? I wanted to test the alerts to see if they were working, and I forgot about that. So when I came here, I was just like, oh, I need to do that. And the same thing happened with changing the category and everything, so that you would actually know I'm playing Danganronpa and not think this is Pokemon of all things. So that was the very last minute thing of me to do. I'm a very last minute person apparently. Yeah, I do have a drink. I got drink before I was setting everything up, and then I was like, wait, where in the world did I leave it? It's a panic. Anyhow, finally, at long last, I, well, finished the first chapter of Danganronpa, the first game. If you don't know, there are 6 chapters to this, so this thing will be going on for a little bit longer. Anyhow, let's get going because this could take a very long time. This will take at least an hour. Given that I don't know how to play this game, it will take longer. As I said, let's get started. Load game, and here it is. Okay, I always get lost in like which slot is my cursor on. So is this one pre-trial prep? Yes, let's get started. Continue. Yes, pre-trial prep. There should be like abilities or something that I can use. Open e-handbook. Again, I had never played this before, so let's see how this goes. Truth bullets. I have all of them, so we'll see. Presence report card. I don't think these are important. Set skills. Let's see what skills I even have, if I have any. I could very well not have any. Okay, I have some because I talked with friends. Right. Okay, so melodious voice increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. I will pretend I know what any of these words mean. Wait, I have 0. Does that mean like I can have maximum of 13? Let's try clicking on this and see. Okay, I can have maximum of 11. Okay, so this is my only skill, so let's go with that, I guess. Oh, I think it's from Maizuna, right? Because I talked a lot with her. Okay, let's go with this because what else can I do? Yeah, this is just the same as the normal handbook. Maybe look at the truth bullets to see what we have. If this ever loads. Okay, monokuma file, evidence of struggle, replica sword, replica sheath. Replica sword sheath. Switching rooms. The toolkit was untouched. Makoto's room's cleanliness. Someone used the lint roller. I know that word from last time. Sayaka's wrist was damaged, and there's some gold on her. The dying message. Bathroom door. 11037, by the way. Bathroom door frame that it couldn't. Bathroom door frame is that. God, the door got stuck, which it's not supposed to, and it doesn't have a lock because obviously we're in a male dormitory. Why would male dormitories' bathrooms have locks? Don't be stupid. That's apparently what this game thinks. Bathroom doorknob, it was... God, it was like destroyed or something. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screw holding it in place had been partially or completely removed. Okay, so someone unscrewed a screw. Drum nameplates, they were switched. Kitchen knife, one knife was missing. Eyes account, I was sitting there like the whole time, the only one who went in or out, or whatever. What was it actually? just to make it clear. Knife went missing while I was in the dining room. I swears that Makoto did not come into the dining hall. Okay, so she's pretty much the one who says like, hey, this knife did disappear while I was here, but I know for a fact he couldn't have done it. So she's like one of the big pieces of evidence we have as for I as Makoto didn't kill anyone. Trash duty. Alright, if you want to burn evidence, you need to do it in like the trash room because there's an incinerator, but only one person can unlock it, and that person was not Makoto. Here's the incinerator. And we did find a burnt piece of shirt and a shattered God. Where are we? Burnt shirt piece and a shattered crystal ball near the incinerator. And that's about it, so I guess let's get started. We'll see how well this goes. It could go very poorly. The good thing is that the bad ending doesn't happen until, like, Trial 5, so I think we'll be fine.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Okay, I can. I was just thinking. I'll need to listen to this maybe, but options, right? How low the stuff is? So voice volume. Okay, this is. It should be pretty loud. Hopefully, I'm putting it at max just to, hopefully you can hear it. Maybe. Okay, I might have a thought. It may be a very dumb thought, but I'm thinking I'll go to Twitch and just like listen to what Monokuma just said. I'll turn off my volume here, but I just want to know that like, the volume is good for what you guys are. Or not. Apparently I didn't know this. I don't watch Twitch. But apparently there's no way to go back? Huh, how fascinating. Oh well. If there's any problems with the sound, I think people will tell me if they can hear the voice acting, so yeah, if there's any issues, let me know, I guess. Sorry.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
I'll punish everyone besides the black and they'll... I don't know the rest of the sentence.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Wait, fuck. Makoto! Why must you ruin this? He hasn't finished talking yet. And yes, it is one of you.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
He really thinks this is gonna work. Whoever done it, whoever killed Sayaka, raise your hand. We just had an investigation. If they were going to out themselves, they'd have done it already.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Exactly, thank you. First of all, if they would have done it, they would have done it already. Second of all, come on. They don't want to die as much as the rest of us don't want to die.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Ooh, the smart lady speaking. Everyone listen.
What's going on with those pictures?
The pictures. Fair.
friendship penetrate.
Damn it, I missed it again. Sometimes when I click, it's like, it's as if I did a double click instead. Wait, what was it? Minus button. I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death barriers. That wasn't the Monokuma voice, ignore that. Okay, as I said, sometimes I accidentally do a double click, so this might happen a bit.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Even numbers.
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, I love her voice. I don't know if it's like the accent she has or what, but I absolutely love it.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Yeah, come on. What if we want to put Monokuma on trial? We need a seat for him as well.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
Okay, now I need to start doing stuff, and this is gonna be really bad. It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure as fuck. I know absolutely nothing. Let's pretend I know absolutely nothing because I know some things, but I've just watched these playthroughs, never did it, right? As things progress during each class trial, you will engage a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without a pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements, okay? What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Okay. Use the left stick to aim, then fire with the X button. I have no clue why it's X, but got it. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Okay, pay attention, truth bullets, got it. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the plus button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Okay, that's very useful. Plus is for controls, minus is for if I accidentally skip dialogue. Aim with joystick, I assume the left one, I don't exactly remember. Shoot with X, got it. Well then, good luck and have fun. Sure. Okay, non-stop debate. Make your argument. Evidence of struggle is the only truth bullet I have, so I guess I'm supposed to use that at some
I
point.
assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
What a shock. Okay.
Yeah, we know that part already.
Uh-huh.
And the murder took place
Wait.
in Makoto's room.
Can I look? Okay, it doesn't tell me focus gauge. I'm not gonna read that. Yes,
In the
it did.
bathroom.
Yep.
So it seems most likely
Oh, I think someone's
that
gonna say that someone took it by
the
surprise.
killer must have taken her by surprise while
Oh.
she was in the bathroom.
No, I
She
can't.
didn't even have a chance
Oh,
to
here.
resist.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I told you, I watched this stuff before. Okay. I was thinking
Just a
maybe I'm
second,
supposed to
Chihiro.
replay it.
Try to remember how my room looked.
Okay, I was thinking maybe I'm supposed to replay it. Because you can replay the text, right? You have like 10 minutes for this one. The timer was there. So if you don't shoot anything the first time, you can just replay it. And yeah, so I was thinking that maybe I need to do that, which is why I shot her first statement. But apparently not. Apparently I just needed to wait, so don't be so hasty, got it.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
I mean, given that Chihiro never once left the gym since we got there in the morning, I think it's fair to assume that, you know, she didn't see the room or at least didn't inspect it too much. Which, fair enough, I wouldn't want to be that close near a dead body either.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Well, presumably the dead person and the person who killed them. Who else would be struggling there? We found a dead body in, like, the adjacent room.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Thank you. For once this whole game you're using your brain, Makoto, and I cannot be more grateful.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Presumably not.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Sounds reasonable. I still love her accent. I don't know why. I just love
The
it.
killer followed her in.
Her
And that's
too.
where they finished the job.
This part is so pretty.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
And don't be mean to Chihiro.
Sorry.
As I said, she didn't leave the gym, okay? Don't be mean to her.
So what's next?
Said the other guy who didn't leave the gym.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
You're fair.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
I mean, maybe even more so, because here if you fuck up, you inevitably die. Or if you don't fuck up, the culprit dies. Someone dies no matter what, right? In a real trial, even if, first of all, not that many places, I don't know, honestly, but there are countries, most of which let's put it this way. There are many countries in which death penalty isn't a thing. I can honestly think only of one that I know for a fact has death penalty, and that's because I'm an ignorant, you know, white person. So, anyhow, if you have a normal trial, like, first of all, death penalty isn't always on the table because either the country doesn't have it, or maybe you haven't done anything, or, like, enough to warrant it. And even then, like, if the person is found innocent, or, you know, yeah, innocent, not guilty, then, like, no one dies? It's not like, oh, you need to kill the person who, like, killed someone or robbed a store or whatever, or we all die? Why did I start on this tangent? It's so dumb. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. I would presume it was the knife stuck in her gut. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have to presume. Okay, another nonsense debate. I was thinking I could start eating. Now I have chocolate in my hands. I know, I say eating, but, I have ice cream with me. What a healthy dinner.
So what was used to kill her?
Again, presumably the knife in her gut.
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
That's called a knife.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Yeah, one would assume. Controls. Aim. Silencers. A, B is fast forward argument. Okay, I can use that. Open handbook is Y. Fire truth bullets. A silencer. I have no clue what that means, but okay. B is fast forward. L is select truth bullets. R is concentrate. Okay.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Nope. Wrong button. I was
How could
using.
anyone do something like that?
Damn it! I was.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it! I was using A instead of X. Okay, it's X.
So what was used to kill him?
There was some kind of sharp without a doubt. So the
Killer used some random knife they had on him. How could anyone do something like that?
Damn it!
son of a bitch.
I was pressing A again. It's so unintuitive to
So
do
what was
something with
used
the
to kill
X button.
Some kind of sharp without a
Doubt. That is
So the
Yeah.
killer used some random
No,
knife they had
don't
on
use that A, idiot.
No,
It's still the X button. As I said, it's so unintuitive.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
How do you figure?
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
You could sort of see it. I get. You're not realizing it was the kitchen knife. Especially if you didn't want to go close to her body. But you could sort of see a knife sticking out of her stomach? Sure. Sure, let's go with that.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
No comment.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
That Nagi isn't the culprit, according to Asahina at least.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
And that's where we have another non-stop argument, and we use Asahina's statement.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
I mean, given that we don't want to die, I don't want to make any hasty decisions. And by we, I mean all of us, not just me, the presumed killer here.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments.
Thank you,
Otherwise,
Kirigiri-san.
what's the point of the trial?
Smartest person here, I tell ya.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not gonna change that conclusion.
Is it just me or is he talking fast? Because it's, for most of the characters, it feels like, you know, I'd be like, okay, they can be a little bit faster, like on 1.1 or 1.2 speed, but for him, it's like, he just gets through the, you know, sentence really quickly. It could be just me, but, you know, weird feeling.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Fair enough.
You really believe that?
People who spent the whole investigation in the gym and didn't do anything don't get to talk. She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. I mean, you could be sleep killing. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. This is so weird. You can concentrate by holding the R button. Yeah, I have no clue what concentration does. While you're concentrating, time will slow down. Okay, so I was doing it right, I was just doing it too late. So you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it will steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Awesome. Concentration, Concentrating like this consumes focus gauge. And if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. Good to know, I guess that makes sense. But focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest, no need to rush. This is like the real life. Concentration takes a lot of energy and effort, but if you just relax for a bit, you'll be able to concentrate in no time. Well then, good luck and have fun. There's other minigames, but I don't know if they'll be introduced this trial. Same with, you know, getting to switch around the truth bullets.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife
He is
was the
really
murder weapon.
fast compared to the others.
But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the...
Nobody was in the dining hall, but Asahina was there. Asahina, tell your piece, please.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
That's what the killer would say.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went... God, what was her voice again? Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Still don't know where the dining... her being in the dining hall the whole time came from, but yeah, that is apparently what she said. Yeah.
Just to be
I skipped that one, but I think
clear,
that's all she said.
the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yep, apparently so.
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Thank you, Becca. I was about to say that. Like, lady, you're giving your witness statement for whether Nagi could or could not possibly be the killer. There's no thing. Like, yes or no. Did you see him or not?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Thank you.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this?
Oh, counter-argument. Sorry, I mute myself because I'm, you know, eating ice cream and I don't want it to crunch on the mic.
What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
That will make sense. She's saying Asahina is his accomplice. What wouldn't make sense is that only the blackened gets to escape the punishment and everyone else gets punished. So being an accomplice, like, kind of the dumbest thing you could possibly do in this game.
Idiot swimmer girl?
I see it. She's not wrong with her nickname.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So
No.
you ask, and so I shall answer.
Well, Brent, do we need to have this explained? Okay.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to
Killing.
graduate.
I like how there was emphasis on the killing.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Yep.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Unless they're completely stupid, no.
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
That is true. That is true. That could be. Monokuma did just tell us about this.
Ugh, good grief.
Enough already. No,
Okay. There are no accomplices in this case.
Thanks for telling us.
Oops. Did I say that out loud?
Maybe. Just a quick thought. I could go quickly to Twitch right now. Just like...
Anyway,
I play this.
I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife.
Curse you, Nagi-kun, that did not work. I'm still concerned if, like, you can hear what the characters are saying. So I think I will still go to Twitch and just, you know, like, play the next text bubble or someone talking and then watch it on my phone just to see if I can hear it if I watch it. You know, safety's sake. Channel. Come on, load, bestie, you can do it. Oh, they're giving me the mature rated game warning. Hello, welcome back. Okay, I'll play this, mute myself, just to see if, like, you can hear the talking.
So I'm not the killer.
I'm sure you're not, Nagi-kun.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Okay, I heard it, so it should be fine. We'll see. Yeah, I know who the killer is. I'm just, you know, pretending I know absolutely nothing about this game. I know absolutely nothing about the game mechanics at the very least, so there's some truth to that. Yeah, I know who it is, but, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm trying to, like, not spoil it in what I say as much as humanly possible. So, yeah, I think I just keep saying the killer or stuff like that. I hope I'm at least saying that properly. Okay, let's continue, who did take the knife? I don't know, someone that's not Nagi, apparently.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
Yeah, but it would also be completely stupid of her to be like, oh yeah, I was in the dining hall the whole time while, you know, the murder weapon was being stolen. That would be really stupid. Okay, thanks for that. Again, I know, or I assume that because this game came out, like, in, like, over 10 years ago, that a lot of the people watching it will already know what happened, but I think there is a possibility there's people who don't know, so I just don't want to spoil it because, I don't know, I just really like Danganronpa, and it feels like the reveals are just the best when you see the characters get to it and then they're like, oh my god, the secret, like, the person portraying Monokuma is actually this person. That might actually be spoiler too, but we'll get to that in Trial 6.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, if you say so. Again, it would be really stupid of her if it was her.
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
Maybe.
I can.
Hello, Sakura-san.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
And you didn't think to mention this before? Oh, okay.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
He had to ask who Sakura was.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. First trial of V3 is a big surprise. Wouldn't have expected that. But yeah, avoiding spoilers is really hard.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Then we're back to the accomplice thing. If we're saying that there's no accomplice, then one of these two having grabbed the knife and the second one not saying it would mean that the second one is an accomplice. So, you know, logicking, neither of them grabbed the knife.
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Ooh, they have the best alibi. They were together the whole night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over.
Fair enough.
Which means we have airtight alibis.
Unless one of you, you know, fell asleep and killed Sayaka and came back. But sure, you have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Oh, Monda's awesome.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yep.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
But you brought up a very good point. You don't have to stay up in your assigned room. Just need to stay in the dorm. Dun dun dun.
It is
We'll
a
get there.
problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
Well, it wasn't a boy and a girl. And also, do you have something against lesbians?
But I'm a girl.
Yeah, obviously.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't
Fair enough,
either
though.
of you, then what other possibility is there?
That it was someone else. Look, there's 15 of us, 2 people are dead. So we have 13 people left. And if we're saying it wasn't the 2 of them, then we have 11 people left. If we exclude Nagi because of the knife thing, we have 10 people left. One of those 10 people is the killer. Logically. Like, oh, it wasn't one of these 3 people we thought about. What else could it possibly be? Of course not the other 10 people in this room. God. I know someone said it last time, but yes, these characters are dumber than bricks. I think I'm the one who called Nagi dumber than bricks, but someone said that they're all very dumb. They are. Goodness gracious.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
I haven't played Ultra Despair Ghost. I haven't played any Danganronpa games, but I know I don't think I've even seen the gameplay, because even with normal Danganronpa games, I only watch the class trials. But I know like what happens there. There's a YouTube channel called Nezumi VA, and they have like really cool videos on all Danganronpa games and the anime. So I watched their summary of like what happens, or it was an analysis of what happens. And so I like know what happens in pretty much all chapters of Ultra Despair Girls. And I do want to play it at some point in future, just, you know, eventually. Like, I started playing this game in October. I'll eventually get to the end of it. That sort of stuff, right? Yeah, okay, so there was one other person who presumably took the knife then.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Because she's dumb, apparently.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Oh my god, the killer is Junko. Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka.
Oh.
She's the one who came to the
Or
dining
not.
hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
She killed herself. She faked a struggle and killed herself so we'd all get killed, not knowing it was suicide. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... We have been over this, it was obviously Monokuma.
Then...
Asahina just
Sayaka
said
is
it.
the one who took the knife?
That's the only
Sure,
possibility.
it was Sayaka. Ah, God. There was one person who came while during the time period when the knife disappeared, but it was Sayaka. Wait, who was the one who took the knife? It was Sayaka. So it could only have possibly been Sayaka? I see why people meme these games. I've seen it with Super Danganronpa 2, the first class trial, but oh my god, it's here already.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
She was acting kind of like scared before, or after we watched the video, she was like freaking out, and then when we met her later, she was like, oh yeah, totally chill, nothing's happening.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
She stole the knife. No, I only have the auto mod. No, I don't know how... I need to actually Google that. Wait, CMD and exclamation watch time. I need to write down what those things are. I don't even know what they are. I don't watch Twitch. And I tried, like, finding out what stuff I need to have for this. But, like, before I start streaming, right? But a lot of it is not necessarily, like, written in places or written well. So, I'll actually Google it before the next stream. Just to see what it is and if I can, like, you know, work with this. I have tomorrow free, so I'll be uploading the videos I have, you know, past playthroughs and whatever on YouTube. And so I think I'll look into this tomorrow as well. Honestly, I have, as I said, I have tomorrow empty. I don't have any schoolwork to do next week, so, you know, what else am I gonna do? The only other pastime I have is crocheting and watching Criminal Minds. It's a hobby. So yeah, I'll look at this. Thanks for letting me know, Fighove.
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Oh my god.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
Yeah, I'm also sure of that. That's why she got stabbed with her own knife, because self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Oh, that's very true. We're back on the Nagi as the culprit wagon. Byakuya is very right. As long as Sayaka took the knife, then, you know, literally anyone could have killed her. I mean, I guess we already said that, you know, Sakura and Aoi were together the whole night, but point stands. Everyone else could have done it.
What?
Nagi, you're back on the chopping block.
See? He did do it after all.
We don't know that yet, but yeah, we have a reason to assume that.
No, you're wrong.
I'm sure they are, Nagi-kun.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
He's making Nagi sound like some, you know, giant, like, five-head mastermind. No, Nagi's just trying to save his neck, first of all, and second of all, he's the biggest dumbass in the room. Trust.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Nope, his talent is luck, as seen in Trial 5. We'll get there. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. I mean, fairly so. You are not doing, like, well not being a suspect. No, they don't trust you. They've known you for 3 days, and all 3 of those days have been in a murder school. Like, why would you trust anyone you meet under those circumstances? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die. And not everyone. I assume the killer's gonna live.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Thank you, smart lady.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Yes, door.
And until we unravel that little mystery...
Ah, okay, she's not gonna tell us. I need to figure it out.
The killer.
Okay, good to know, I guess.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Do you mean the mystery, or do you not know the definition of the word? Why am I being so mean to him?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Oh, the hair? How someone used a lint roll to clean everything up? I thought you were gonna go with the door handle already.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, there's only so many things. Oh, your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes, please. I've heard so much stuff about Hangman's Gambit. Apparently it's not that great in this game, but also it's not that hard. Apparently it gets horrible in Super Danganronpa 2 because localization. Yeah. Anyhow. Look, it's exciting for me. I have never played Hangman's Gambit. If you just want to, you know, not watch it and just leave for the next 10 minutes until I figure it out, be my guest. We'll see how this goes. It may be great, it may be horrible. As things advance further in class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. Presumably. The point is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down flying letters in the right order. Okay. The word that never said, always using Google for it. Yeah. It could just be the localization, but yeah, I've heard Danganronpa can be kind of wonky. As I said, I've heard stuff about Hangman's Gambit. Again, watch the Nezumi VA analysis on those games. They're awesome, and they do complain about some of the game mechanics sometimes. Which, fair enough. I see what their point was. God, what was it? Super Danganronpa 2 Trial 3. I think it was that there was one Hangman's Gambit that was like undoable. Maybe not Trial 3, but it was just one of them that was like so like stupidly hard. Apparently it was very easy in the Japanese if the comments are anything to go by. Oh god, I didn't read that. Use the left stick to aim, press A. Good to know. First I'm shooting with X, now I shoot with A. I'd rather you not. Like, if I for the life of me can... wait, is it like for this trial or is it in general? First question. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, if it's in V3, go ahead. I have automod, so if it's like to root for them, I tried like lowering the severity for some of the mods. But yeah, if it's like a bad word, for example, like they didn't let panties in that one time, even though that is canonically related to this game. So they might not let it through, but yeah, other than that, go ahead. We'll all forget this by the time like 2028 rolls around and I finally get to V3. Good luck and have fun. Okay, let's try it. Something that should have been in the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. It's still the hair. We've been over this Nagekun lint roller. If we could figure out what something is. Oh, the seesaw thing, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I have no clue what effect is doing there, but yeah, I know the seesaw. And I know what Trell you're also talking about. As I said, never played the game, but I did look into the stuff, so... Not good to do if you don't want to be surprised, or no, if you want to be surprised. But yeah, the seesaw, that thing in general was like so mind-bogglingly stupid. Like, the only reason to, I can't say anything without saying spoilers, can I? And even about this game. But anyway, You didn't even need to do the seesaw thing. Like, the big thing already happened. You could have just stayed with one. You didn't need two, right? I'm not saying any more words. This sounds like self-incrimination. Figure out what that something is. It's still hair. I think it's hair. Hangman's Gambit. It's hair. They're just going for the easy stuff here. Okay. H. Oh, I need to shoot multiple times. Hair. R. I'm looking for R. A. No, wait. I did say A. Ah. Okay, A. There's R. Please. Okay. God, this is confusing. And it was a very easy word too. God forbid, seesaw effect of all things.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
Yeah, we do remember Kirigiri saying that, don't we?
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Uh-huh.
Yes. And if I were the culprit...
There'd be no reason in it because... There'd be no point in it because, like, oh yeah, Naigi's hair's everywhere because Naigi fucking lives here.
Why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room?
Fair enough. At that point, might as well hide the body.
It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
Yep.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Sayaka's body is right next door. What are you hiding? As I said, at that point, you just remove the body.
That makes sense, does it not?
Not if her dead body is like 3 feet away.
No. If that were the case, they would have had
Thank
to
you.
do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Thank you, person with, like, functioning brain cells unlike the rest of the idiots here.
Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
Flamethrower.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Yep.
Wait, then that means...
that Naigi's not the killer?
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Yeah, again, if he was the killer, why get rid of your hair? It makes more sense if your hair is there.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Presumably not. Also thought, this means that not only is Naigi not the culprit, right? But if we have someone who has, say, black hair, like Celestia and Hifumi, then neither of them can be killers, right? Because if the killer doesn't have unique hair color, then why would they get rid of it, right? Because if say the killer is Chihiro, then her hair is brown, right? And if her hair is the same color as Naigi, then it's like, oh, sure, whatever, right? With the same logic, I'd say, like, again, the black-haired people, if you know there's someone else with black hair, you don't remove it. I may be, like, you know, going real, like, far ahead with my thoughts here, and I don't think this is actually going to work out, but I think it makes sense, right? If like you don't have a unique hair color, then, you know, it doesn't really matter if your hair is there or not, because what else can you really tell about a piece of hair? Maybe if it's long or short, but that's about where most of us end. It's not like you can do genetic testing over here. Just a thought again, I could be just, you know, extrapolating too much from this.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
I mean, sure, maybe not, but it's a good point to make.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
And there's the doorknob.
I would like to hear these reasons.
You're not gonna hear them from her. She's gonna make me say it.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Other than the dead body?
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
Yeah, that does sound reasonable. The only option too is that she was taking shower, the killer stabbed her, then put her clothes back on, stabbed her again, just like to reinsert the knife, and then thrashed the room to make it look otherwise. But, you know, the simplest solution is the most likely one.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
I mean, given that the doorknob was, like, broken and screwed, I would assume yes.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom.
Yeah, but not like she can say it outright. She's gonna make me say it. I've been there.
There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... proves it is. The object the killer broke. The Monokuma file. They broke the Monokuma file. We didn't even know that thing existed, but they broke it. Bathroom doorknob? Yeah, I think that was the broken one. Oh, present key item.
I got it!
Almost.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom.
You're talking about
the doorknob, right?
Huh?
Why do you
What
sound
doorknob?
so
What doorknob?
intelligent? Why do you think you're smart, Nagi? She's the one who was like, oh yeah, this is the reason he couldn't have done it. What's the reason? I could tell them. Tell them. I explained it to you earlier when we were investigating, but you tell them. You tell them.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken.
I can see why I was told that everyone in this game is a complete idiot, not just Nagi. Though Nagi is the only one who actually got me to start drinking, so... I think he wins so for now. Yeah, the Monokuma file was broken, sure.
See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Wait, thought, did Monokuma give us a camera to take picture of this? Or like, how do they see it? Because again, we know for a fact that Chihiro and the fortune-telling guy, Yasuhiro, did not leave the gym post the murder or like post getting into the gym. So odds of them knowing about this door handle being broken, especially if Nagi has to point it out to everyone, are like 0. So, and he's like, see how it was like falling off. So did Monokuma give us like each a camera to take a picture of whatever evidence we want? Or what's happening here? I know this is like a stupid question, but I just had an epiphany. Like, if he's saying, hey, look at this specific thing, then he either has to have the door handle, you know, in his hand or something, or he has to have a picture of it, which makes sense for us, but not so much during the investigation. It would be more like if Monokuma didn't give them a camera to take pictures with, he'd be more like, it was totally falling off, trust me guys, Kirigiri can attest to that.
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob.
Yeah, apparently they don't know how to lockpick. Amateurs.
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Wait, do you mean that he's not suspicious, or that he's so suspicious he's like beyond suspicion? Because this, I kind of get what you mean, that you're saying like, oh, he's the one who owns the room, he'd know how to open the door, so he's not suspicious, but it just sounds weird the way you said it.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Yeah, wouldn't make
If the only
sense.
choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
But you don't have to break it,
You
my
still
man.
don't see?
Okay
then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? Yeah. There's a bit more to learn about the non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure, tell me. I need to know more. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. And we all get executed! You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun! Good to know. Bathroom door frame. Okay.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
We shoot with X for some reason.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Okay.
She then fled into the
music
bathroom.
is just so awesome.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Bathroom
Because
door frame.
Sayaka had locked it.
Finally, the culprit
I
had
think I know
Sayaka
what bathroom
cornered.
door frame is. It's the
To finish the
Wait.
job, they
It's how it
smack with
doesn't properly, like, close and open, right? Bathroom door frame. Door frame. Marcus' bathroom difficult to open due to it not quite fitting properly. Yeah. That's to refute the statement of she locked the door.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? We already know the answer.
Okay. Yeah, so I know which argument I'm supposed to shoot.
Sayaka was first attacked. She then fled into the bath.
Then the killer ran out, and they got into the bath. At that point, the killer
Had to try him
the
because
door.
Sayaka had.
Locked it. Hey, X. I was pressing A again. Why do you shoot with X? It's so unintuitive. Like in Hangman's Gambit, you shoot with A. They know how to link the A button to it. Reason bathroom wasn't, it wasn't locked. Okay.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
That's still so weird. Like, either you give everyone a lock or you don't give anyone the lock. Why segregate it? Like, it's so weird.
Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Sure. That makes absolutely no sense, but it is true, I have to guess.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because he's the ultimate lucky student.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom
Monokuma
door
can
doesn't fit in the
attest.
frame quite right.
Yeah, we got like we have 15 students, right? We got 14 perfectly fine doors, and then there's Nagi's. His sucks so bad it doesn't even open. Like if he wants to go take a shower or to the bathroom, he needs to go to the kitchen. He can't go elsewhere. Why did I think of the kitchen of all places?
Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Using Monokuma as a witness? Sure, that doesn't make you sus as at least. Oh god, I love the music. That's the Monokuma theater music. God, I love it so much.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
I mean, if you think about it, he is the ultimate lucky student, right? Because if the door wasn't, didn't get stuck, if he had a totally fine door, then we wouldn't be able to exonerate him from not being the culprit. Like, we already got that Sayaka's the one who took the knife, so anyone could have stabbed her with it. We already said that, like, hey, the hair may be missing, but that doesn't mean Nagi didn't do it. And this is the only thing that's, like, hinging on, right? So if he didn't have the stuck door, he'd be screwed. Ultimate lucky student right there.
That's not lucky at all.
It totally ruins my voice, but I love Monokuma's. I like making, Monokuma impressions.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Yep.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
I love her accent, because they thought it was Sayaka's room.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
They thought it was Sayaka's room, the switched flags.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of crime that they didn't know was, the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
Yeah.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was?
Hey, don't gender the culprit. It could be a girl as well. Girls can be killers too. That came out wrong.
He's absolutely right.
Say what?
What?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms.
Switcheroo.
Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
Yep, and we wouldn't have been suspecting Naegi from the beginning because it wouldn't have been his room. Not the point, I guess.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yep.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Thought, given that... I know I keep complimenting Kirigiri being smart, but given that the doorknob was, and I quote, had a screw, and I quote, unscrewed, I have to assume it did not come out by accident. It could, but odds are against it, right?
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked.
But not like they could have known it, unless they're Nagi, right? So, you know, they couldn't have known it because the culprit is a Nagi. So if they wanted to kill someone, they kind of had to get in there. Or Sayaka would, you know, wake up in the morning or just find out 1 in the morning and be like, oh my god, Byakuya tried to kill me!
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening. Right?
Yeah, that is true.
That is a definite possibility.
He could, theoretically speaking, break down the door so that suspicion would fall off of him, but it is unlikely.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Which was literally everyone.
And Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, I mean, again, couldn't is a stretch. Theoretically speaking, he could have. He could have broken down the door and killed Sayaka and then, you know, pretended he didn't know. Because if he opened it and we had this whole thing, it would be like, you know, super bluffing, like double fake out, which I don't think Nagi is, you know, capable of. Again, dumbass. But it is theoretically possible. I think that's what Byakuya was saying would be when he was like, it's a definite possibility that you didn't kill her. Why do I need to ramble about everything? That's what I've been trying to tell you. I mean, she did die in your room. That is still sus, so...
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
No. Otherwise, we all die.
What happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Then you all vote, and if the majority votes wrong, you kick the bucket.
Well then, why don't we just vote right now?
Majority rules. If the majority rules incorrectly, you die.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here.
Yeah.
Someone seriously needs to do something.
It will be very
serious.
useful. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Can we finally get to the whole, you know, message Sayaka left behind? That could be useful.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Yep.
Oh, you.
Someone being like, okay, anyone got any questions? And when someone asks, it's like, oh, you're the one asking. God, why did we let this person in the room again?
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine.
Just ask your question. Yeah, ignore Celeste.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit
question.
get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
Theoretically, yes. Practically speaking, no.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Plus, we know, I hope it won't be mentioned Nagi left her in his room. So, unless she decided to leave the room for some reason and drop the key on the way back or there, it's unlikely she dropped it.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Okay, I'm not a lockpicker. I don't know how to pick locks, so I don't know if that's even possible for there to be a lock that's unpickable. But I do watch the lockpicking lawyer sometimes on YouTube. You should watch it. It's shockingly fascinating. And I know that if you know what you're doing, there are very few locks that are unpickable. It's more likely that he just knows that none of these schmucks are capable of picking a lock and was like, yeah, let's just limit unpickable so they don't even try.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
The window.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
Sure, she'd do that.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Like you want to talk about knowing your place, dumbass.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because of this one thing that only Naegi knows, because he's the last one that talked with Sayaka. Other than her killer, I assume. I assume the killer was the one who talked to her last. Maybe not, but it's more likely that there was some screaming rather than, you know, just silence the whole time. Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. We switched the rooms because she was scared. Yes. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Evidence of struggle, switching rooms. Wait, I keep forgetting. You need to press X, not A.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Not for this, no. For Monokuma file, I think only says that she died at like 1:30 or something and that she was stabbed. I don't think the Monokuma file has anything more than that. Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she's been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
Did she even go through anything, though?
What if her being scared was a lie?
There we go. Hello. Welcome back, smart kitty kitty.
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I mean, she did take the knife. It could have been for self-defense, but on the other hand, it could have been for something else.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
What are we looking at? Oh, there's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
She's so smart.
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
I mean, yeah, but you'd need to... like, put quite a bit of force into it to be visible, because I think I tried this in the past when I was younger. And if you just write normally and don't put too much pressure on it, even if you do try to sketch over it with like charcoal or something, it's not very legible. That could be because my handwriting as a base is illegible, but I think like it's a bit harder than that.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Yeah, so that no one can accuse you of murder.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
What are you gonna do next? The whole tape fingerprint thing? Apparently, if you like leave a fingerprint somewhere, it's possible to take like not duct tape. What's the see-through tape? I don't know what it's called. Someone can take like the see-through tape and stick it to the print and get your print from that. I won't pretend I know exactly how it works, but something akin to that.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Yeah, makes sense.
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Oh my god, Naegi wrote it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
Yep.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't, but...
By process of elimination.
Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
She wanted to get someone into the room.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Her secret boyfriend.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
We're in a murder game. Please don't be a pervert.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
I think he's trying to be like, oh, I'm not... This sentence sounded kind of pervy, but I'm not a pervert because I'm only into 2D. But first of all, you're not redeeming yourself as much as you think you are. You might actually be making it worse. But either way, whether you're redeeming yourself or not, please don't say that stuff. Again, we are in a murder game. Don't sound like the biggest pervert ever. Everyone will want to kill you after that.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note?
If I blew out someone's eardrums, I'm really sorry. I hit my mic again. I need to stop doing that. Hifumi is not my type. No worry. No, I don't know. I don't generally feel like, I don't know, attracted to people sexually or romantically. The way I described it to my sister not that long ago was like, I don't really get attracted to people. It's more like, oh, they're cool, or they're kind of friend-shaped, right? I just want to be friends with them. And that's about where everything ends. Or I can even be like, oh, this person is hot, but eventually they do become it goes away very quickly, and it's again like, oh, I want to be friends with them. But no, not Hifumi, certainly. If someone would be like Kirigiri-san, she's so smart. Hifumi is just, he again says like pervy stuff. It feels like he's trying to be like, oh, but it's fine because I'm only into 2D and not 3D, and again, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Not better. I don't know if it makes it worse, but certainly not better. Okay, can anyone be sure, can we even be sure anyone got this note?
And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Okay.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Yeah, why would they not be involved?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yeah, do speak, lady.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Not some debate. It is. Okay, you shoot with X. Dorm nameplates. Okay, gotcha.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to...
Ah, dorm nameplates, right? Because they were
specifically
switched.
says,
My room.
I see.
Someone
So
read
if
the
someone
note, they'd
read
go
that
to
note,
where Makoto was. But
then
they
would
wouldn't.
have gone to Sayaka's room.
No, because dorm nameplates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Dorm nameplates were switched.
The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Yep, got is a word. God is a word. It's like, they don't just switch on their own. Someone switched them, Naegi. Stop being in denial.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Why do I talk even during class drills? I'm not supposed to be reading the text. They read it themselves.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
Yep.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Yep.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Yep.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus,
Fair.
their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Yeah, that would be like, you know, you pop your head out, you just switch them, and you're back in. It's like a minute thing or something.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Presumably.
Right. Okay, then who did it?
The only other person who knew they were switching rooms? There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Sayaka.
I got it!
Yeah.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Yeah.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
Yeah.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just as the two. In 5 minutes, come to see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
Because she's the killer.
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that,
Yeah.
we first need to understand
What
what happened
happened?
after she invited the person into the room.
As I said, I need to stop talking when the characters are talking. Mainly Kirigiri. I have such an instinct to start talking when Kirigiri is talking.
That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was Probably whoever she
Murder.
invited over came in and attacked her.
Did they know? I mean, who's the one who had a knife?
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Oh yes, whoever she invited over, please raise your hand. We're back at the start, you idiot.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Yeah.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Basically, yeah.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Yeah, there were scratch marks both on the sword and the sheath, so presumably it was used.
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
And then I left it in my room.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
But how the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because, oh yeah, fair enough. They don't know. If I remember correctly, the replica sword was like golden, and the gold sticks to whoever holds it, and Sayaka had gold on her wrist. So, process of elimination, or, you know, just the most likely thing, she was hit on her wrist with a sword. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with a fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Where's Sayaka's wrist? Dying message, Sayaka's wrist. Here it is.
I got it!
There's gold on
All
it.
you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
If you say so.
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
We hit gold, baby!
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
she was hit with it.
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
You are so smart. Now go take a lollipop and sit with the other toddlers in the corner.
I see.
Why am I so mean to these
The
characters?
truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Solve it, sure. We have no idea how to get the culprit. We're nowhere near solving it. What happened in my room, and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure, do tell. God, just this trial. I don't know. I want to say Kirigiri, but I think that's just my bias because I really like her. But I also don't want to say Kirigiri because, as I said before, oh, I know all the answers, but Nage, you tell them. Some of the characters are just not very memorable. What other people I remember are like Celeste, but I only remember she was speaking. I don't remember exactly what she said. Asahina has the fun thing that like everyone thinks she's completely stupid, and when she says anything, it's like we immediately doubt it. Yeah, it's like I know the answers. I know like what happened, who did it, everything, but Nagi, you'll be the one to tell them, right? Which like, yeah, that's how this game has to work, right? Like, you need to have someone who's arguing on your side because they kind of know what's going on. Otherwise, everyone will just be ganging up on you and then your underdog protagonist couldn't win. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, she obviously knows everything and yet she's like, yeah, yet she just doesn't do anything. So, yeah. But as I said, the others aren't really that memorable. I must agree with your statement that Mondo's awesome because, you know, I don't remember exactly what it was, but Taka said something completely stupid and I was like, oh my god, you're an idiot. And then Mondo was like, oh my god, you're an idiot. And I just felt that so strongly. I like the Sakura Aoi dynamic that they're like besties that sleep over apparently. And the whole, who's Sakura? I am. But boy and a girl shouldn't be in a room together. I'm a girl. That was a fun one too. Yeah, I don't really like Hifumi, but as I said, he's a pervert. Or, I don't know if he was meant to be that way, he just kind of feels that way. Yeah. That's about, like, the impressions I have. I know there's, like, a bunch of other characters, but as I said, not really memorable. Not for a time being, at least. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your cylinder. Yes! This will be so much harder, I like it. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullet with the right weak spot to refute each argument. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the L button to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. And also don't forget that X is the one that shoots the bullets, because I forget that all the time. Press and release the L button to cycle through each bullet. Okay. Or you can hold down the L button and then use the left stick to select a specific bullet. Okay, that works. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. I don't remember what difficulty I had, but it is very likely I said let's be kind because, you know, I'm very bad at games. I skipped another thing, didn't I? For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean okay. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Replica sword, kitchen knife said replica sword. Okay. Oh, sword sheath and sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
That has nothing to do with anything.
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, I need to refute one of those two statements. If the person with the sword really did attack first...
When the fighting broke out.
Okay, Okay, I didn't read what Nagi said. I lost it. God, Okay. If the person attacked first something, so I might want to check out more specifically the truth bullets. What replica sword and replica sheath have to do. The soundtrack is awesome. The sword was found out of its sheath on the floor in the middle of the room. Sword handle was missing. Some of the golden coating spot of the blade. Okay. Makoto took this out from the gym. The sheath was found some distance. Showed evidence of being scratched up with a sharp object. If you were going to attack someone with a sword, you would almost certainly move the sheath first.
The culprit grabbed the sword.
It's got to be the sheath or the sword, but I don't know which one.
That's when the first blow was dealt.
Okay.
A sword-based sneak attack.
I think it's this one I'm supposed to refute.
So she grabbed the
kitchen knife, said she hid it away.
And they killed her. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to argue the first one. Just is it sheath or sword? And there's no certain powers or good damage. It's the sheath. Yeah, okay.
When the fighting broke out,
sword, replica sword, sheath.
the culprit grabbed it, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword sneak attack.
It's the X. I pressed A again.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay, I see it. The sheath had scratches on it too. Right.
I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, fight someone with a sword or kill someone with a sword, you'd unsheath it. You wouldn't try to bludgeon them to the death with the sheath.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean
Presumably.
like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Yeah. The knife had to be first and then the sword.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's
Presumably.
true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Yeah. TLD are, source for cutting or slicing, and if you want to bludgeon someone to death, use it with something easy, different than a sheath of all things.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If Maizono attacked first.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Yep.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
Basically.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
And look, Maizono already wrote the letter that got the person to come there. She switched the plates that got them to come there. She's the one who had the knife. Like, odds are she's the one who, tried to be the culprit, but for some reason, like, the real culprit, I don't know, overwhelmed her or something.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife...
Whoever had the
one
kitchen
who
knife.
attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
Uh-huh.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
That is exactly what happened, and then then Sayaka tried to defend herself with the sword, and then she hit herself with the sword on her wrist, and then she ran away to the bathroom. That is exactly what happened.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her
Yeah, and
too.
she had no gold on her hands other than her broken wrist. Sorry, fractured wrist.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Yeah, sure, that makes so much logical sense.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Thank you. I mean, she's gonna say tell them Nagi, but thank you.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's
Yeah.
a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Certain part of her body. Her feet. Part of her body that showed she never uses the sword. If you want to use the sword, which part of your body would you have touched? Obviously, her stomach.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Again, I see why they're doing this. This is like, we're kind of gonna hold your hand so you know what you're doing. Mainly because this is the first trial, I guess. But also because you're the protagonist, so you have to, answer the big stuff. But this just makes everyone in the room have IQ of 1, while Nagi has an IQ of 2. And it's so painful.
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
Yeah.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword
It
comes
sticks.
right off. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
Oh, I didn't know the handle was also golden.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
I mean, odds are when you're running for your life and you have a fractured wrist, you're not exactly washing your hands.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yeah, that's exactly the reason.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating of her hands because there's certain regulation that takes. Oh right, water. The water was off for some reason during the. For some weird reason during the night the water's off, so you can't take the bath or shower, or brush your
According
teeth.
to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of
And
death
here's
was
the Monokuma
around
file.
1:30 a.m.
I mean, I have some other things I'd like to mention with the gold coating. Because if it sticks to everything... Of course she was afraid of water. What else could it possibly be? No, but I was thinking if, like, you have gold coating on your hands and it sticks to everything. Like, whether it was Sayaka or the killer who had it. If they tried to open the door, which they presumably did, like, wouldn't it get to there? So wouldn't there be some on the handle no matter who did it? Or maybe, the killer cleaned it afterwards. It's just, like, another thing I just thought about. But yeah, wonder would you need to brush your teeth after like 10 p.m. Fair 10 p.m. is late, but still.
In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Yeah. There's still just like weird regulations. As I said, water, the whole boys' bathrooms don't have locks. I see why it was made. Like, they're all logical decisions, especially for this first trial. It's just, like, so bizarre if you think about them in real-world applications.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Why does each game have a character that doesn't bathe? Like, this game has apparently Toko, as DR2 has Sayonji. Or, like, she does, but, apparently... God, what was it? She does... No, she doesn't. She does after... She doesn't. I don't want to spoil it too much. I was just thinking, like, wait, does she? And no, she doesn't. But, yeah, we've been here, like, 3 days, 5 days? How much? You haven't taken a bath yet? Or shower yet, Toko? Okay.
Oh, my.
And now he doesn't like that he has to stand next to her.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Hey, don't be mean to big fat ugly donkeys. Don't be mean to them. You don't need to compare them to Hifumi.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Whether you mean to you or the donkeys. Why do I keep being so mean to the characters in this game?
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Yeah, makes sense.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who had the kitchen knife, Sayaka herself. The one who damaged the sheath would have had to been the one without the sword. Sayaka.
I got it!
Yeah?
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the
knife.
knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Yep.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka herself.
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
Thank you, Kirigiri. We just spent the last, like, hour and a half here, but thank you for telling us you knew all along.
No, far from it. It's almost as if
Kyoko
she'd
knew
been
all
planning
along,
to
yeah.
commit a murder of her own.
I mean, I kind of see why we had to get there, because stuff is much more convincing when you're like, oh, we figured this out all together, than if someone just tells you, oh, it was Sayaka who, yeah, he wanted to see the Rama. No, but like, it's more believable if people figure it out themselves than if someone tells them like, oh, Sayaka's the one who attacked first and her killer's actually like Byakuya or whoever. I just keep saying Byakuya because he's on my screen. But as I said, like, if she just revealed everything she knew, we wouldn't have been here for the past hour and a half, I guess. She's just making everything needlessly complicated. She could explain it, yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, she's making it needlessly complicated. Again, I get that it's for the game, because we're the protagonist. And, you know, we need to be the smart one, while everyone is, like, trailing behind us trying to learn other stuff. But it just feels like if, you know, if we're walking on a path, trying to figure out what's going on, and everyone is trailing behind us being complete dumbasses, Kyoko's just, like, 20,000 steps ahead of us, just sitting there, sipping tea and being like, when will these idiots realize what's going on? It's just that feeling, right? And when you finally get to her, to wherever she is, and she's like, huh, so you finally figured it out, I knew all along, and then she patronizingly sips her tea, it's just like, I hate you so much right now. It's that sort of feeling, right? Yeah, she had been planning to commit the murder. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Yep.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Yep.
Which
Makes
brings
sense.
up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Okay, now we finally got away from Naegi is the killer to Sayaka actually planned the murder. And now we're getting to how the fuck do we convince Naegi that Sayaka planned the murder and planned to frame him?
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
I have the absolute same thing. I just absolutely love Celeste's voice. I don't know if it's like the voice actor or the accent, but I love it so much.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
I mean, yeah. that's the reason everyone suspected you, because the murder happened in your room, right? So if Sayaka could actually get through with it and switch the plates, and it would be like, huh, you know, it's Naigi's room. I guess he's guilty.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
Yep.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Makoto.
But
I love
for
her
that
voice.
to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
It's awesome. Like, the way she speaks in general is awesome, but the way she says Makoto, I just love her voice. Again, don't know if it's the voice actor or just the accent they're trying to do, but it's beautiful.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
How so?
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Yeah, but no one would believe Naegi. Like, no one believed Naegi now when he said, "Oh, we switched rooms." What are the odds they would have believed him if it was his words against Sayaka's?
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Huh.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
And he's also a complete idiot.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
And that too.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Yeah. She's a strategic mastermind, unlike Naegi.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
All evidence points to that, Naegi-kun. Because you knew her for all of 3 days and you were besties.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what Sayaka was doing. She's dead. Find the culprit.
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh, that would be so awful. I'm sure he would hate it.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Yeah.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Yeah, okay, Naegi. Like, we all know she framed you, or she wanted to frame you. If she didn't fuck up, you would be, you know, she'd be here, you'd be sentenced to murder, and the rest of us too. But she did, so let's ignore that. It would be great if the class trials didn't take that long, but no, they can take like however long you want, I guess. Mainly because, you know, people speak, and I speak so much. Yeah, but as I was saying, like, let's just, we all know she tried to frame him, let's ignore that. Now we need to find the real killer. Otherwise Monokuma will get bored of us, and that's bad. And also, you know, Naegi's not gonna let this go for a while, I think. Might just want to, like, avoid him, you know, having to think too hard.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Again, not all of you. The killer will be fine. Unless the killer is actually Junko or Sayaka committed suicide, in which case they're already dead, so then yeah, it's all of you. Why am I so into the idea that Junko's the one who killed Sayaka? Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Non-stop debate! Dying message. Ah, yes, there's nothing left, but haha! Alas, there is the dying
it's easy
message.
just to say, hey, decide who did it.
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
11037.
No, that's wrong.
Dying message. I think we're getting to the good part.
There still might be one clue left.
Exactly.
Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining message. Yeah, I'm dying, but let's decide what I'm gonna eat tomorrow and write it on the wall for safety's sake. What if I live?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Yep.
11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Yeah, there's a clue about the killer, sure.
Well, before we get too far
There is
into
a
that,
clue.
I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Oh god. The killer wrote it, I'm sure. That's why she has a bloody finger. He wrote it with her hand. That is technically possible. Like, it is technically possible for the killer to take her left hand and write it. But it would be, first of all, people doing anything with dead bodies is just kind of creepy to me. And second of all, like, it would be hard, I feel like, just manipulating someone else's hand. Just like, if you try to take like your non-dominant hand and your dominant one and just like try to make the dominant one do or like the hand you're grabbing do something, it's not that easy, you know, especially if you're trying not to do anything with the grabbed hand. If you're just having it lay flat or, you know, not putting first into it. Why am I trying to explain this? He's explaining this. Let's ignore that. Ignore me. I ramble too much.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Yeah.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Real life Danganronpa? First of all, if there was Hope Peak Academy, don't enroll there. Sounds like a very bad idea if we know what actually happens. Second of all, I mean, I wouldn't kill anyone. First of all, I don't think I'd have a stomach for that. Second of all, you know, during these class trials, like, at least in the games, you always win. There's, like, only one of them where there's a bad ending of the games, I mean. Or, like, Ultra Despair Girls also has a bad ending, but that's a different game, no class trials, so... just in general, there's no good ending for the killer. So... yeah, wouldn't kill anyone. I think there's a very high chance I would actually get killed. Just statistically speaking, right? In the first game, out of, like, there's 6 survivors, and the second one there's 5, and in the third one there's 3. Those are not very good odds when you're starting with 15 to 16 people. So I think, like, just statistically I would die. And also because I don't exactly have a good personality. I feel like I would very much annoy people with just my thinking. God, that's a very good idea. I'm not exactly good at anything. I don't know, maybe I just be the lucky student, who knows. Though, no, I would say those tend to have a good survival rate, but not really. Maybe I'd be the lucky student, who knows. As I said, like, I don't exactly have something I'm good at or anything. Oh, what would your, like, ultimate tell be? Do you know that? Because, again, I feel like it's kind of hard to do, especially when you can have anything from being, like, lucky, which is just lottery, to being, you know, a well-published author, to being affluent progeny, so you were just born rich. It can literally be anything, but at the same time, only, like, 15 people get selected into each class. So it's, like, you have to be really good at something, and I don't know where the bar for really good is. Like, what is really good? Like, if you're really good at maths, does it mean that you're better than everyone else in your high school? Does it mean that, like, you're already so good that you're past high school, for instance, right? It's just hard to tell, and again, don't have anything I think I'm too great at. Okay, back to the game. Oh, the Ultimate Sleeper would be awesome. You just fall asleep. No, wait, Ultimate Sleeper, that's not a Michiaki. She falls asleep at all situations. No. Ultimate Sleeper, that would be really fun. You just fall asleep somewhere, murder happens, and then you're like, oh, I couldn't have done it. I was asleep all the time. And when someone doubts you, you're like, no, but I'm the Ultimate Sleeper. Like, obviously I was asleep. I sleep all the time.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it.
Okay, we just decided Sayaka wrote it. With her left hand.
What the heck do those numbers mean?
I don't know.
1037?
Look, I have a hint for you. Try turning it 180 degrees and learn English. Again, I talked about this last time. This was super easy apparently for the English audiences, which I think we can see why. But super hard for the Japanese ones, because Japanese people don't really know English. So, it's funny how, like, you know, you can't exactly localize this without completely changing the picture. But on the other hand, like, you make it absurdly easy for the audiences. But yeah, if you put this in, like, a different place that doesn't speak English at all, or are just really bad at it, just like the Japanese, and localize it for them, I think they would also struggle. So this might be exclusive just for the, you know, English releases, that it's absurdly easy.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
Why does everyone in this game think that just because you are a programmer you need to know everything about numbers? Like, that's the same as if you told a chemist to name you like 20,000 digits of pi. Technically speaking, that is possible, but practically speaking, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, yes, they are technically related to each other, but also, obviously, they're not gonna know everything about, like, one specific thing, especially when it's numbers. Like, if he had an ultimate mathematician, I would kind of get it because, like, numbers are what math is about, but ultimate programmer? That's a bit of a stretch.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Exactly. But even that is, like, pretty easy, right? Because it's just the average. Here they're just expecting Chihiro to know everything about every number ever conceived, right? Like, oh, the first 20 digits of pi. Oh, God, I can't think of anything else. Square root of 2. That's like 1.4 or something. So, like, you know, just, like, completely absurd stuff that, yeah, technically it makes sense if that there's, like, correlation. They would, like, kind of make sense, but also, no, what you're asking is completely dumb. This is more like less asking Asahina what's the average time a person can hold their breath for. It's more like, how long could a person swim before they die? Why does my brain go there first? You know, something along those lines, like, yeah, technically it makes sense for it to know it, but practically speaking, like, it's kind of dumb. So, yeah.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Yeah, they're not numbers. And also, it's not just because Chihiro... It's not just because they're not numbers that Chihiro doesn't know. Again, being the ultimate programmer doesn't mean you know everything about every number ever.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Hieroglyphs.
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
And turn it 180 degrees and learn English, yeah.
Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Yeah.
You're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Huh.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Why do you need to say it that way? Why does he need to talk about people's brains that way?
But even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Hifumi is not the main character for multiple reasons, yeah, and if anyone tried to make him the main character, I just quit out of protest, I think. Like, it's cool he's trying to exercise the thought that, like, oh, I know what brains, like, gray cells or brain matter is, right? But on the other hand, speaking that way is just like, you're intentionally trying to make something, like, everything you say perverted. You don't need to speak this way, please don't. Damn it, it's no use, I just don't know! As I said, turn it 180 degrees and learn English, it helps.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you, Kirigiri-san. Rotate it. You know, I think this might be the first time she was like, you know what, I know Naegi is too stupid for this, let's just do it for him. I appreciate that.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Yeah, she did.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Yep, because the
So,
clue reveals it.
Whose name did she write?
Turn it 180 degrees, we've been over this. Giri-san just said it. Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Okay, the left joystick. Yeah, obviously. I mean, I have a feeling that even, like, if we say it's 11037, right? That's 5 numbers. If we know the first 2 ones are just one letter N, that's 4 letters in total. Just by process of elimination, I'm pretty sure, like, no one here other than one specific person has a 4-letter name. Okay, there's 2. So, like, odds are between, what, Fukawa and Kubata, and only one of them has N anywhere in their name. So, even if you don't know any English, just, like, process of elimination, you can kind of get it, right?
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Yeah, Kirigiri did tell that us like 5 minutes ago.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
Yep.
What the hell are you talking about?
And then we need to prove that he did it.
It's just a coincidence.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure in her final, moments of dying and wanting to write, home to catch the culprit, she was like, hi, about my bestie Leon, who I have talked to like once during this whole field trip. I need to write down his name just so that, he knows how much I love him. Sure, that's why she wrote your name.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Sure.
No, it's not random at all.
It's been almost 2 hours, actually.
On the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it.
But yeah, it did fly past like really quickly. Again, I've been complaining about this going slowly because Kirigiri is hoarding all the secrets, but it's been really fun, so that's good.
In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result,
your name is flipped upside down.
When you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped.
Yeah,
try it
you
for
need to
yourself.
Stand behind her, actually.
Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the
so?
killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Ooh.
Huh?
I think we're getting to the end.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
If you're not the killer, why did you try to destroy the evidence? Nagi, tell him! I see why this is such a what is it called, like a meme, a gag? I just know why people keep saying this. Oh my god. We're back with the Nagi, you tell him how this happened. I mean, I've known all along, but you tell him. This is beautiful. The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of is the thing that I found on the ground in front of the incinerator. Exactly, the bird. It's X, I need to press X. I keep pressing A.
The burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
Yep. Yeah, I've known everything since before we came here, but I'll just sit here and let Nagi do the hard work. I'll just sip my tea and relax.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood in the bathroom, you would assume.
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
He's speechless.
But is
We
one
got him.
scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Not really, but there's one more thing that can.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
Said the person wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine.
And is your shirt a white button-up? Because what I see is just like a normal t-shirt and then a jacket. Or is the jacket a white button-up? Huh. I didn't think of that. It looks more like a jacket.
With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You are right about that.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
There is like clearly one other point.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yes, Nag. After 2 hours, are you finally realizing what I've known since before we came here?
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. Where or how? How would it be fire, so where? Destroyed if focus on killer become clear. Where it was destroyed, you're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck is that supposed to make anything clear? Okay, I didn't mean that. I meant like the trash room itself, because no one's supposed to get there. That's what I meant, right? When it was disposed of... When? I guess? That's still not it. Okay. That is the third one. Look, this one could have... Look, you can... This is just Nagi being an idiot, okay? Like, by saying, oh, it was in the trash room where no one's supposed to go to, so they needed to have gotten there elsewhere, or, like, a different way. He could have argued it. He's just an idiot. This one ain't on me. The second one is on me, though, the one.
We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
How it was burnt.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say.
Do you, though?
You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
I still don't see how that has to do with how it was burnt, but sure.
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
If that's the only piece of evidence we have, then that's very flimsy.
Interesting.
I like how Hifumi was just like, interesting. He's trying to talk his way out of it, and he was like, wait, fuck, I'm the one with the key. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on the cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Make your argument. Shattered crystal. You shoot with
Key
X.
to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it.
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
Shattered
in
glass
order to
ball.
destroy.
Crystal ball, whatever.
No, that's wrong.
Yay.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
With a crystal ball.
But if you can't get past the gate,
They foretold
you
it.
couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could.
If you
use
these pieces of glass.
What is it, some kind of glass ball?
Yeah.
It's busted to hell.
Again, I'm bringing back my previous point. Is Nagi just like carrying this broken crystal ball and showing it to everyone, or does he have a picture of it? Which would mean that Monokuma gave them like a, camera to take pictures with. I just need to know because it's slightly confusing.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal
Crystal ball,
ball,
but, It's not a ball anymore.
But how would you use it?
To foretell the future, obviously. Divine with it, yes. You divine with it, so that you turn the incinerator on with
Simply took
divining.
aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Yep.
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator off? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Yeah, fairies throw
Hifumi
crystal
had the
balls
key.
now.
So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
Going up on Leon hour, obviously.
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Yeah, everything would have been burned and the incinerator would have been off, presumably. I mean, the glass would have melted, but point stands.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
That would be like 10 meters? I think. 3 feet is a meter, so... yeah, that would be like 10-ish meters. That's a... yeah, I see why they would doubt that.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
I mean, someone had to do it, and if there's someone who could do it, it would just so happen to be the ultimate baseball player, I have to assume.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely.
Impossible.
Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
the ultimate baseball player. It wouldn't have been much of a challenge, after all, for the killer. Because, ultimate clairvoyant, ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yeah, only one who could have done it.
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
She looks so creepy, I love her.
You can't be serious.
And now he's gonna start falling apart.
I'm not the killer!
I'm sure you're not.
These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
Look, you have to make a better argument that it wasn't me, I swear, and I'll be pissed if you say it was me.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
You still won't admit it? Awesome. Well, I know exactly what's been happening since before we came here, but Makoto, you summarize it, please. We're back on this. I love how half of the stuff Kirigiri said this trial was like, oh, this is actually useful stuff, and the second half has been, Naegi, tell them. Like, it's just beautiful.
And with that, we can end this.
Okay, now we're summarizing the trial, and I heard that's kind of hard.
What the hell do you mean, end this?
Not trial, we're summarizing the case, which, again, is apparently kind of hard.
Say what you want, Leon, but all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you say now, majority vote and all that.
Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely, I want to know more. Always. Every case has at least one element that brings the class trial to end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for a case in form of comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the A button, oh fuck. Holy cow, you'll get a hint that might actually lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yeah, it's wonderful how half the time you need to use an A and half the time you need to use an X. Not confusing in the slightest. Okay, what happened first? So, okay, I think first they came in. So it will be this one. How do I move? Just with this. Okay, they attacked, or she attacked. They saw the sword. Sayaka attacked. The culprit took the sword and hit her. They blocked the knife and then they hit her with the sword, which led to her dropping the knife, I'd assume. She hid in the bathroom. And then troller. Okay. I don't know what to put here, so we'll come back to that later. Sayaka was stabbed. No, wait, okay. I see. She's scared here and the door handle here is busted, so they use the screwdriver to open the door handle. Here she's still alive, and here alone is written, so I think we need to do the writing thing here. Okay. Yeah? Act 3, okay. They need to bring out the lint roll since they're using it. So, lint roller. Find that. They take the crystal ball, which was apparently left in their laundry room. And what's missing is the piece. No, here is that they throw it. And here is what's missing. Am I missing something somewhere? Because I have one extra piece here, but it looks like everything's somewhere. Oh, okay, nice. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I'm missing anything though. Yeah, I think it looks like everything's filled. So the reenactor, I guess.
Is you. I think I'd better
it's this
take
one. I love
more
this
look
song.
back at the case from the beginning.
That's from the, what is it? That's from the like God, what's it called? The screen just like right before you press A. God, how do I put it? Just like when you open the game and you haven't even pressed anything yet. I think this song plays there and it's like really nice. I love it. This might be my favorite song from this game, which is a lot. They're very good.
Last night,
Ah, the start screen. Yeah, thank you.
To the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Yeah. But they fought back.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
I love how the only reason Sayaka is dead and her plan didn't work is because Leon used the sword to protect himself, and the only reason that sword is in that room is because she told Nagi, hey, take this sword to protect yourself. So it's like, it's just beautiful that, you know, without Sayaka saying anything, there wouldn't be the sword, or without Sayaka planning to backstab Nagi, they wouldn't even be in his room, so there would be no sword, right? So, like, it's kind of like Sayaka brought her own downfall. It's just beautiful.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Okay, I think this may be translation issues as well, because they keep saying broke, but I know for a fact that when Nagi discovered the wrist, he said fractured, so it might be just because he's not a doctor and doesn't know fracture is a break. It's just weird that there's like one mention of it being fractured and everything else just says broken. Whoopsie. Okay, so that one was wrong. I thought that she dropped the knife because, you know, oh, she's dropping the knife in that one previously, okay. Whoopsie. I didn't notice it. I thought that the killer striked her, or hit her. So she dropped the knife here, but now she's dropping it here already.
The killer is you!
Whoopsie. Okay, notice some better.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open.
And he thought it was locked because only girls' bathrooms are locked.
What they didn't know was that my
This is
bathroom
so
door
stupid.
got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
She looks so
instead,
scared.
The killer
I feel
forced the
kind of bad
door
for
open,
her.
took the kitchen knife,
And stabbed her.
and stabbed Sayaka.
But she left alone as her dying, not
But with
words,
what strength
dying
she had
message.
remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone.
Yeah. I mean, here it was mainly because, like, we know this was her fault, right? As I said, like, the reason the sword was there, the reason they were in Nagi's room, even the reason this whole thing happened is because she was the one who engineered the murder. So, like, it's like, again, she kind of made her own downfall, but it's, as you said, it's still sad. And yeah, even when you don't like the character, especially because in Danganronpa, it doesn't work for all the characters, especially the ones that die early on, right? But a lot of the characters just get attached to, so it's just really sad when they die, no matter how it happens. I'm speaking mainly about Super Danganronpa 2 because that's the one I'm most attached to, but yeah, it just gets really sad. And even more during class trials, like, I don't want to give spoilers, but during chapter 3, one character that I'm not, like, super fond of dies, but because of some stuff that happens in the class trial, I'm like, oh my god, this was so sad. So, yeah, it's just, as I said, they get very sad sometimes. But, yeah. That's the game, I guess. I signed up for this and now I'm like, oh my god, this is a sad game.
With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
They grabbed
First,
the
they
lint
took off
roller.
their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt.
But it was locked. Curses.
They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there.
Yeah, they mainly succeeded.
But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball.
Yeah, the laundry room.
Which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw.
But not for
killer
the
had
ultimate
confidence to
baseball
take a
star.
shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
Yeah, but he only had one crystal ball, so he couldn't turn it off. Damn it.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
I mean, it kind of doesn't matter, because even if they did notice that, like, oh, there's a crystal ball, and oh, the sleeve didn't burn, like, what could they have done, possibly? Like, the best they could have done was be in the morning, like, hey, Fumi, I need you to throw something out, can you open the door? But that's, like, the best they could have done, right? No getting rid of that any other way.
Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Indisputable is the word I wouldn't use. Again, half the people here have a white button-up shirt, and the only reason we connected anything is because of the crystal ball. And we were already on the name, so, you know, indisputable is the word I would not use.
Isn't that right, Leon?
I always like these scenes where it's like Nagi or the protagonist facing the culprit, and the culprit just, you know, it's the anonymous figure, and then they get colored in. It's so beautiful.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right?
Washing blood out of your shirt isn't easy, but it's not like, if it's fresh blood, it's not super hard. I think if he actually tried to wash out the blood or just hid the shirt in his room instead of trying to burn it away, I don't think they could have caught him, right? Because then the only thing we would have is the name, and that would be like questionable. But yeah, again, I don't think it's a white shirt, so it may be hard, but it's not like impossible to get rid of blood from a shirt. Yeah. If you have the right like chemicals, not even chemicals, there's like a lot of, you can buy it easily at like a grocery store or something. Things that help you clean away stains easier. I don't know what they're called exactly, but yeah, you just put some of that on like bloody clothes and they deal with it pretty easily if it's fresh blood. This is not to say that I have ever stabbed someone or myself. I am just saying that I am a healthy female. And I rest my case there. Every time I try talking about blood or, you know, my knowledge of why you shouldn't remove what stabbed you, or again, washing blood, I just feel like I'm admitting to committing a crime, which is in fact not the truth. It just feels like I'm admitting to it for some reason.
Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object!
I mean, you can object all you want, but again, majority
All
rules.
of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
You don't have to acknowledge it. Again, majority.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
Oh, do
Makoto,
tell.
I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes, because I don't actually know what bullet time battle is or what in the world I'm supposed to present as evidence. Sometimes during... Oh, it's this thing, the rhythm game. Yeah, at this point, why don't we all just, you know, go sit somewhere else, have a nice, you know, cup of tea, some cookies, and just let Nagi do absolutely everything. Like... Why not, right? Sometimes during the class trial, your opponents simply wouldn't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will have to engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle. BTB, BTW. I like the shortcuts in short succession. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Oh fuck, I'm bad at rhythm stuff. Yeah, Nagi, my legs are kind of sore. Would you mind to be the ultimate swimmer? Nagi, my legs are kind of, my hand is kind of sore. Would you mind to be the ultimate rider? Stuff like that, right? Nagi, my throat is kind of sore. Would you mind yelling at people for me? Match your button presses with the tempo maker as... Okay, what the fuck is the tempo maker? With each tempo maker. Okay, so tempo maker, there's multiple of them. Okay. Makoto just does everything for us. The rest of us can just do absolutely nothing. It's gonna be beautiful. As they move across the screen. Okay. Tempo maker. Oh, that's that thing. Okay. Press the A button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Okay. Destroy the statement you've unlocked. You've locked onto with the X button as the tempo maker reaches the center. Oh, awesome! This time we're combining the A and the X buttons. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Oh my god, I'm gonna be shot at. Do this consecutively and you'll start up a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, which might happen, I'm bad at rhythm games. I mean, you're making a joke of that, but remember chapter 5. That will happen. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for each button, for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the X button to shoot down with a truth bolt, like any other statement. Okay, I will most likely forget majority of these, so, you know, I'll just have to learn how to do this. Yeah, there's like an A, an X, and then there's an X, but for a different thing. But this here it kind of makes sense because you're shooting the bullet and the bullet is an X, even in their normal non-stop debates. So I kind of see it. I just don't see why I need to press an X. But yeah, you need to press an X. If you do steam fast enough and you'll become victorious. You'll come out victorious. Just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail, and we all get executed. Got it. Well then, good luck and have fun. I will try. This.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to
I
do it.
see this. This is what she says is the final like piece of evidence, or evidence in quotation marks because it's rather lack of something, just like with the hair.
Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been?
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid.
God, this is like kindergarten. No, I don't want to. Stupid. I'll admit I don't know kindergartners, but I feel like this is what you have to deal with, right? That they're just like no, stupid. You know. I mean, normal people are like that too, not just kindergartners, sadly enough.
Stupid.
Yeah, we get it. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. You're not showing indisputable evidence. You're just like giving him into submission, basically. That's what this is about. This isn't about irrefutable evidence. Okay, A and then X.
Where's your proof? You kidding me?
Wait, can I just do it?
Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Oh, okay, I see it.
You lie. Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Shut up!
It does. I'm just bad at rhythm games, as I said.
Where's your proof?
Okay, this is pretty short. Okay, it was kind of confusing just because, as I said, not good at rhythm games, but yeah, I can see this getting harder. But this was pretty easy, which for trial 1, that's very good. I kind of get how the game works now, especially these mini games, so that's nice. I was so scared. I watched like Game Grumps play this. Okay, they played this like years back, I assume, but I watched them play this, and I know they were kind of fumbling with some of the mechanics, so I was very scared of it. But this doesn't look too bad, so that's nice.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Presumably, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
Yeah.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
Yeah.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
And the girls get a sewing set instead of a toolkit, which, by the way, I repeat what I said with the bathrooms, sexism.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Fair enough.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Had to use their own.
Stupid!
It
We
had
know.
to be their very own toolkit.
We know.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then...
Oh yeah, Monokuma, I know we're in the middle of trial, but would you mind if Leon left for like 5 minutes to go back to his room to show us his toolkit? It's so obvious. I'm sure Monokuma will let you do that.
The screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid!
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And how and who and what we get it.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Fair enough.
Stupid.
Wait, that's almost like a Pokemon. You know how Pokemon in the anime are like Pika-Pee, right? Or Pikachu. So here it's like stupid. It's his new name now. Yeah.
So,
I hit the mic again. I'm sorry. I need to put it further away so I don't keep hitting it.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
I love her voice. Results. I think I did poorly in one of the sections. Oh no, I did well. That's nice. Oh, okay, I needed to press the A button. Oh, 75 medals. I don't know if that's a lot or not, but that sounds good. Oh yeah, I wanted to point this out. I think I kind of mentioned it during the daily life way back when, but I wanted to mention it now that we know like who the killer and the victim are, right? So Sayaka and Lone. So I saw this on like a YouTube video because, you know, I don't read, I just watch YouTube videos. It was like the interesting facts about Danganronpa and stuff. That apparently one of the big reasons Sayaka and Lone got killed first is that they were the like first characters created and like the first beta designs and everything. Maybe? If you know what you're doing, I think it could be a very easy speedrun, yeah. It will be a long speedrun, but I don't think it will be necessarily hard, and there's like no RNG as far as I can tell. It's just like a perfectly scripted game. So I think it will be a pretty easy speedrun, yeah. But no, because they were apparently like the first characters that were made or something like that, the creators of the game were just so done with them, and they like when they made other characters, they like referenced these two that they had as a start, and as I said, they always came back to them. They were just so done with them by the time they're like, you know, they're further in development, so they were just like, hey, let's kill these two first so we don't have to see them anymore. Like, not exactly that, but something along those lines. So I just find it really funny that you know, they were so done with these two that they were like, kill them already. Okay, now we're done with the class trial, so let's get to what happens after the class trial. Punishment time.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes?
Yeah, let's cast the vote.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all...
Majority vote?
Make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Oh yeah, Makoto, we're all gonna go sit down. Can you, like, vote for each of us?
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one?
I love Monokuma's voice.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I don't actually need to vote, right? We just, yeah, we just automatically vote, okay, on who we decided is the killer. Ooh. Both of them, actually. Celeste, I think I mainly love the accent. Monokuma, I don't know, I just love the voice. As I said, like, it gives me sore throat when I try to read stuff in my quote-unquote Monokuma voice, but I absolutely love it. Like, hearing it, trying to speak it. Speaking of... oh, would you look at... looks like you got it right. I don't think that's good. The Blackened, in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Kuwatareon! I say them, you know, Japanese style, sorry. The names.
Huh?
And the picture's back.
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a sec. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You
then
son
don't.
of a bitch.
Son of a bitch, what the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
Oh yeah, he said that. It was kill or be killed.
So that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
Yeah. You always like hug this stuff for me, that's fine. That's fun.
Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Then you'd all be dead, Naegi-kun. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind... It's all because of that video. That's why it's called a motive. So that you have incentive to kill. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here! The one thing that was more important to her than anything else. Her dreams, her friends. To see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka. For the friends that meant so much to her. That's why she betrayed me. So, when she said...
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
Gaslighting. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're that, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. Really, I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Seika's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it! Ah, that was a close one! I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping! Just barely avoided punishment, you did!
Yes, indeed!
Now then, since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Kuwatareon will receive his punishment!
Punishment? You mean execution?
Yeah. Makoto will just sit back, Monokuma will get a cocktail or something. Just do the punishment for us too, why don't you?
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice, I had to kill her.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No, that's not. Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him. Huh? What? If it weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you, please, don't do this!
Hey!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it!
Stop, please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Kuwatareo, the ultimate baseball star!
No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Okay, before I continue, fair warning. He's gonna get punished, which means he's gonna get executed. And it's gonna be somewhat graphic. Not very, but like, it's not gonna be loud either. So, if you don't want to watch that, just leave for the next, like, minute or two for safety's sake. Just as I said, heads up. But, yeah, let's get on with it, I guess.
No!
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the rules, but yeah, poor Leon. Just in general, this stuff sucks. I tried making it louder, so I hope you can hear it better now. We'll see. But yeah, the soundtrack is really nice too. Yeah, I tried making the soundtrack a bit louder toward the end. I don't know, I personally can't say I knew much about him. We'll learn more about him later. I plan to do, after I finish this, I want to do the whole school life, which is just, you know, bonding with the characters. I think it could fill up like one stream, so... And as I said, I want to learn more about them. But yeah, I tried raising the volume for the soundtrack, so hopefully you heard it for the execution a bit more. I just, you know, keep it kind of quieter because the music can be very loud. And yeah, let's get to the end of this. We're post-execution, so, you know, let's just finish this chapter. What do we saw? That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo! Extreme! Javelin stunting right out of control! What's going on?
I can't take it.
Oh, you said that. Do I really have to keep doing this? I can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. I'm no good at laughter.
Damn you!
And fuck you, what the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret society type of bear.
Well,
Why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I think you're saying what I'm saying quite fit together. You're a piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regret from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world. Being trapped in this place, it's this insane place. You're trapped here, are you? Well, I'm sure you'll learn all the mysteries of this school. Your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden there. Just like before.
thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the Blacken's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I love that the Hulk trial kitty was like, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on, but Nagi, you tell them. And now when she's like, hey, I need to tell you, she's like, oh, I'm surprised you figured out what I was talking about. You're giving mixed signals, lady. Of course she goes to him. Why else? Like, who else would she go to? No one else is gonna do her job for her. I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that. Yeah, I see it. You know, she just needs to pat him on the head a few times a day, maybe like once a week. You know, if she's feeling like it. And he'll just do anything she wants to. That sounded worse than I thought it would.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought. was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. Plot twist, Kirigiri is the secret killer and she framed Leon. Think about it, she gave us all the clues. She's the one who had this all figured out all along and was like, oh Nagi, tell everyone. So she's in cahoots with Monokuma, or she's the mastermind and she's just tricking us. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left the message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it is.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. Right. I mean, you're making a joke, but I think it could be very true. I mean, Sayaka's gone. The only reason Aoi isn't gone yet, I think at least, is because, you know, she's got the whole thing with Sakura going on. We spent our other free time event with Junko. She's also gone. So, like, Kirigiri is, or Monokuma or whoever, secretly eliminating all the girls that get close to Nagi. Unless they have other relations, right? It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Kirigiri would be the peak yandere. Like, look at that woman and tell me she's a yandere. You couldn't. She's good, like, the best coverage ever. Like, the best cover. No one could ever tell. And yet she secretly takes out all her enemies. Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile. By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I want to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have a pretty good intuition. That's so sweet. Chapter 1 to survive. And... God, this was so good. And our character count has swiftly dropped. To be continued! God, this was really fun. Oh my god, a despair bat! Awesome! Yeah, I want to save the data so we can just start here next week. Yeah, what if he knows what's secretly going on in her head? She doesn't want anyone to know that it's her secret. Making fun of these characters in general it's just fun in general because, again, they're all complete idiots. Except, like, one or two, and the one or two are like, oh yeah, I know everything, now you tell them. They make it so easy. It's hard not to make fun of them. Okay, as I said, this was really fun. And thanks so much for joining me, especially you, because as far as I can tell, you stayed here for, like, all of the stream. This was great fun. And I'll continue this again next week, so, you know, for more Danganronpa, come back next Saturday. We'll start Chapter 2. I don't know what Chapter 2 is called. You know, apparently Chapter 1 was to survive, and I forgot that since October. Oh, I'm happy you liked it. And yeah, as I said, more Danganronpa next week. If you want to join before then, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is Pokemon. Oh, enjoy the vacation. I hope it's nice. I hope you know, have a good time. And yeah, see you next time. Have a good day or night, and bye-bye.